beginning of this game. We're going to go right into it here. Corsair DreamHack Masters, it's Navi and NIP, and winner gets to go to the semi-final, loser to the quarterfinals. We have to play an extra day, which is definitely worth thinking about as well. Rez and Twist set up with a crossfire here, but there is going to be 3 people coming in. Boomich is there, he's got a flashbang. I don't know if they're going to use it for this corner, that might be a little bit too much. I'm guessing they're just going to want to take a close range fight here with the Glocks. Rez goes down and Twist, oh, he's not happy about this, surely. Yeah, they're going to come check him. He actually gets a kill and even takes down Boomich. I can't believe it.
Almost like we didn't even get to see that shot before he goes down. Plopsky's going to get punished. Good hold from Flamey. And now they can start slowly encroaching. It's Forrest here. One of the veterans, immediate headshot. No follow-up. No one else was ready. Simple and Guardian too far back to trade that kill or take advantage of the positioning. Forrest going to go back for more. He's got Guardian in the fight he wants, but he overextends. He's picked off from the other angle, or at least distracted from the other angle, and the bomb's going to get planted. Lekro, no kit, 1 versus 2.
Oh, well, that's a clean kill. Guardian just wanted the peek. Got a bit more than he asked for. Now Simple on the other side, though, with the P250, you hate to see that of your Lekro. You just know that won't be easy. He has no smoke and no kit, so even getting Simple to take a straight-up fight with him won't be easy, and he's already kind of running out of time to do that. He's going to tap the bomb once, and that was his chance, and Simple took it away from him.
I actually don't even know if he got a chance in the end. Immediate headshot from Simple, and just stellar shots from both teams. That sequence from Twist, I mean, this is just a contact play Guardian with a beautiful opening, but the follow-up from Twist is something special there to even keep them in this round, but just headshots traded back and forth, and eventually...
Somebody could, I've just realized, somebody could make like a really sad movie that would leave us all crying at the end with Forrest as the last ninja, you know? Sort of like the last time around. He's cutting out the hair for it as well. Last one left in the team kind of thing. Yeah,
and also the last one is a white guy, so that's cool.
That's also true. That's carrying on that tradition. Apparently meant to be. Second round, and we have got some scouts in place, some deagles there on the NIP side, see if they could do a bit of damage in this round. Popsky, ooh! He actually had his crosshair in the wrong position. Flamey had the right idea for that peek. He was just so quick to adjust. That's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, that's a really good shot. But can they still stop this playthrough monster? Electronic Guardian and Boomich coming through. Plopsky gonna have another chance, but yeah, see, that creep out, he just had a wide angle before Plopsky ever realized it. And Electronic is gonna follow up with another kill, and that's gonna open the B bomb site. That'll give them the foothold they need. Ooh, good shot from Rez. That kill allows them to stick around and take a few more fights and see if they can, thin out the herd of Navi before they actually decide to commit or save. But Lekro is just so low, and the scouts are not geared for this kind of situation.
Yeah, probably slightly praying that maybe they would have had another connection with the smoke. They are committed to this a lot more than I was expecting. I don't actually think this is necessarily a great idea, especially the scouts. They're both going to be going down. Boomich will absolutely love that fight. And yeah, maybe, I mean, it's not such a big deal, but I guess it's a little bit of a shame that they can't put some of those guns in the next round.
I mean, still difficult to even win the next round, even with the scouts. So, yeah, going for the retake, felt comfortable in that 3 versus 3, and obviously it's ripped out of their hands. Good start for Navi. 3 players surviving. Now the MAC-10 is out. Flamey sticks to a deagle, doesn't invest in an upgraded, an SMG or a rifle. So playing the money game. And obviously able to scout as well with that deagle if he chooses to. Boomich is going to be forced away pretty quick with the dink from Rez. Must have been through a wall. A nice shot from Flamey. Second time Plopsky's gotten caught getting aggressive by sandbags.
Chance for Lekro. Ooh. Usually a pretty good position, because it is kind of hard to take that fight if you're coming in from the T side, but they did fine.
I think the Guardian edition of this team is so cool in a way. Like I don't necessarily have high hopes for it, and I've been relatively critical of Guardian from his time in FaZe, but I'm really interested to see, because I start to second guess that when if Guardian's going to perform really well in Navi and FaZe is going to continue to have struggles, then all of a sudden you look at it and you say, well, maybe it wasn't Guardian that was having a tough time. Maybe there's something going on in that team, and you've seen his interviews. He just called the last year a waste of time.
Yeah, I thought that was...
I feel like there's like a saga, there's like an extra saga to that story that is going to unfold now that Guardian has left this team.
I quite enjoy that. I feel like very often, I mean, maybe for good reason, I'm not even saying that I would necessarily be much different, but there is a sort of a tendency for people to say, everything's fine, wasn't anybody's fault and nobody's to blame, and it's like, it's kind of refreshing, saying, you know what, I'm just
Yeah.
not happy with the time spent, basically.
Well, he also outlined it in a pretty big way as well. He's like, I'm not even like blaming anyone for it. It just got to a point where in the team there was some kind of atmosphere, some kind of culture in that FaZe team that didn't allow them to improve over the year that he was there. So I just think that's in my head, that's one of the stories I'm following for just in terms of Guardian's career, in terms of Guardian's you know, performance on this Navi squad.
In some ways, Guardian is like the original version of Simple. Because you remember before he started joining some of those international rosters where he was playing in sort of Slovakia, or still playing out of Slovakia, but he was playing in all these weird sort of teams where he was just the ultimate superstar, like way above everybody else. And they were actually dangerous because of him. But it was one of those scenarios again where if he didn't have a 30+ kill game, then maybe they just didn't do even get close to winning.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Guardian was on the Virtus Pro lineup that ended NIP's streak in the early days of CS:GO as well. I think so, wasn't it? I could be wrong.
That could be true. That's hard. You're asking a lot out of me.
Yeah, that's like what, 6 years ago now.
My brain is like, it's not geared to things like that. If you want facts about UFOs, I'm here for you.
Yeah, it's not geared for a whole lot of useful things.
No, like tell you a lot about conspiracy theories as well. But
yeah, you brought up the idea of fighting with a calculator in Counter-Strike. That was
true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you've had a Bruno Mars reference this week as well.
Listen, I need to warm up into the tournament as well. Like, guys, give me a break.
It's not firing at all cylinders at the moment, but we'll get there.
When we get to the arena, it'll be much better.
We'll get playoff Anders.
Yeah, exactly.
Mac 10 on Boomich, and they talked about him on the desk, the leader that's going to go from the front, that's going to create space for his teammates, and that's what this Mac 10 is designed to do. But even space in front might not matter if Rez is coming from behind like this.
Yeah, if Twist can just stay alive, if you can get a kill, that's even better. But just staying there, there's Electronic going down. They will burn him, but the flank is so quick. And there's only 20 seconds. If they try and put the bomb down in the right place, actually, it might already be a little bit of trouble here. 15 seconds, and now they picked up the bomb again, but Forest coming in, and yeah, they have to stop the plant now, instead go for the fight, and I think that's probably it. Simple in a 1 versus 2. He's going to get the 1 kill by the Necro. Quick with the return. That is still a scary end to the round, but NIP will win it, and only barely. So, in some sense, they are still not out of the woods. Well, do you know what that saying comes from?
Not out of the woods?
Yeah.
I would imagine at some point in the history of mankind, it kind of sucked to be lost deep in the woods.
Yeah, I
feel like there was probably a low percentage chance of survival at a certain time in human history if you were deep into the woods.
Wolves,
animals everywhere.
Bears and.
I think bears are the big one. Wolves are usually okay.
Yeah.
They like to avoid people, but bears, they'll mess you up. They're no joke.
I've never run into a bear in real life, but I hear you've had some experiences.
I've never ran into an aggressive bear in real life, which is nice. But I have been closer than you would say was comfortable. It was a cool experience because I didn't get attacked. But yeah, they're big, man.
Yeah,
you do not want to get in a fight with a bear.
I'll try and avoid it for the most part, but maybe that's it. NIP, they don't have to deal with any bears, but they do have to deal with Simple, and that
it's very similar to a bear. Yes.
Could be even worse, maybe.
A grizzly. The grizzly of Counter-Strike.
And then Guardian as well, 72 already. Simple 5-1, going into round number 5 here after a quick timeout. And yeah, they need to win this follow-up round. It's not that it doesn't matter that they won the last round in IP, but if they can't win this one, then it's not really going to be that much of a difference, really.
And that's what makes Navi even losing, maybe not happy, but they're fine with taking that loss because it came down to just the one player. There's just no money built up on NIP quite yet, and we know these early resets and these halves for the defensive sides could be so difficult to recover from. That would be a huge test for this NIP roster. Simple is going to be coming up the stairs. He's got that Krieg, and he's got a boost to contend with. Rez, all about timing. You can see him looking at both different angles. He knows the possibility is there. Is there going to be a flashbang? That is the question. Flamey does not have one for Simple to come up these stairs, and that might be why he's not peeking. Oh.
The timing there, really close, leaving the MP9 up close, and wow, that opening it's way too much. Twist, even going to check it. Electronic just running and gunning, and I don't know.
You got to feel so much. That is entirely down to timing. I think even when he looked back, he realized that someone had gotten past his crosshair. Lekro is very close to this. He's got the kill, but he needs to start thinking of a way to retreat before they decide to go on the hunt. There is no way they're going to recover this, and Plopsy's already called for the save the other side of the map, and Simple wants to stop that from happening, and I think he's going to. I think he's going to get that.
Which is kind of an issue because...
Yeah, now they can really pick up the hunt.
Yeah, there's no way out. That was the escape route. The extraction zone, where the choppers were going to come in, fly them out. I don't know.
Again,
I've never actually obviously been in the SWAT team myself, so...
Yeah, well, that's no surprise.
Don't think I'm cut out for it.
It's not the lifestyle you want to lead. Lekro is going to be able to save the Krieg, but that's got to be disheartening for the NIP roster. Immediately put back to pistols, just USPs. They can't even really invest a whole lot in this round. Maybe some upgrade, maybe like a couple Deagles, P250s. You've seen the 5.7 is having a bit of a resurgence, a bit of fun with the pro teams right now. But really, NIP goal number 1 is just to preserve as much as possible. So 2 P250s, a Deagle, and a flashbang picked up.
I mean, that Krieg, send it out for a kill. Just get that early headshot, steal a rifle. Guardian, he's so ready for this. They do boost it up, and actually, he's not ready at all. I take it all back. It looked like he had the crosshair in the right place. They're going to be losing Twist, who was boosting up, but it's still a pretty good trade. Now, how much, like, winning one more fight like that, with it, especially if they don't get returned on, that could get really interesting.
Boomich. Looking for anything. This is, Navi's set up very passively.
Yeah, I mean, they probably want to avoid
any of the crazy pushes, the crazy angles that might come out.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, the only thing, they still got more than a minute. They've used a lot of grenades, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, normally I'd be a little bit worried about the utility that they have, but they have such an advantage in terms of weaponry. They just have to worry about Lekro. Once they get him on the board, things get so much easier.
Look at the off angle that he's got. He's really gambling on the idea that they're going to make a mistake, and they do. Big kill coming through. Flamey, especially because I think Boomich had already passed when the smoke was up, so I think Flamey just probably assumed incorrectly that position was cleared, and Lekro, he would have died going to that angle, but he's still here. Rez, there's going to be a flashbang. He sees the gun barrel, and that makes him stick around. Somehow still living, and now Lekro turning around. That's 3 kills in the round for him. Fantastic job, but it might not be enough. Forrest is quite far away with the flank. Plupski, he's here with the P250, and he can't stop the bomb from going down. And Simple and Electronic, that's a deadly duo to fight against.
Forrest has picked up an AWP. Forrest has picked up an AWP, and he's got the pick from Electronic at range. It's all on Simple. He's trying to creep back. Plopski can just barely not see him. There it is. There's the spot. Simple response in kind, and now he's created the opening. He can get away from the AWP, and all of a sudden, Forrest and Plopski, they had a chance, but this is so desperate now. No kit. It has to be a smoke defuse.
A 10-second smoke defuse. How do you? I don't
Back
even,
away.
Yeah, he can't even do that. It's so unlikely. I'm not even sure Simple knew. He just said, I'm just going to try and shoot through this way. I've got no other choice.
Yeah, I think he recognized that was really the only angle that he could be spotted from.
Wow.
When he looked around. What a narrow victory. Oh, and even dies at the end. So, NIP get to save the AWP. That's a victory, I think, of coming out of that. Nice job from Lekko with that triple kill. And while we're here, I will say I'm mistaken. Thank you for Twitter for keeping me honest. I said I might be mistaken, though. Guardia was not on the team that ended first streak. It was Doja.
Oh, of course. How could you forget?
I know. We really need to start working on that alternate or the augmented reality concept of having Doja on the desk at every event. I think that could be a key to making, Counter-Strike. There's all this conversation about being profitable. I think if Doja's on every desk, we bring in the millions.
I've got an entirely useless follow-up to that. I'll save it for a round where they're not this close. Great grenade to start off with. They're trying to get through. Monster and Electronic just absolutely overrunning the bomb site. That is so dangerous. Forrest gets a kill in return, but that's going to be a bomb plant right away. And
it's also a save call immediately. Twist has already bailed out of this fight. He's so far away.
Yeah, and I think Rez needs to move from here as well. Like, once you call that save, you don't want to be losing any more rifles. Well, now I've got my chance.
Yeah, this is your moment.
Do you remember those? Do you remember back in, like, this would have been like 5th grade or something?
Okay.
Where people had those like Tamagotchi things. Like
yeah, the Tamagotchis. Yeah.
What if you made one where it's Doja that you had on like a little thing?
As the creature that you have to like feed and grow into an adult.
Yeah.
Keep alive. That'd be kind of cool.
I think that would sell a lot.
Certainly within the Counter-Strike community.
Yeah, it's a big community we've got going on.
Now nobody take that idea. Scout's honor.
Yeah, and or if you do, just pay Doja. That's the main. Get him paid.
Tamagotchi Doja. That's one of your better. We said you're an idea man.
Yeah, I came up with that quickly, but I think it can work out.
Okay.
I think there's a way to do that. Maybe, I mean, we've got some fairly advanced AI stuff growing as well. So so you could probably make it much more interesting now. Maybe
yeah.
It could give you little hints,
a whole personality.
Yeah, all that. I think that would be.
I'm licking my lips in anticipation for that.
Well, I can't blame you. 8th round. Ooh. That is dangerous, Lecro. That is just so dangerous. They need to turn the ship around right here, NIP, right now.
This might be a very similar hit that we just saw in the previous round. Boomich is starting to clear out towards Playground if Navi want to readdress and clear out bathrooms at some point. Maybe just making sure there's no aggression, but I mean, that was essentially all 5 players from Navi very far back and leaning towards B. Now at a minute and 10 seconds, everyone's kind of shifting back as well as Boomich and Electronic work together to make sure there's no aggression on this side of the map. And they have not yet encountered the AWP of Twist.
He's waiting for it. He was waiting for that jump. He actually got that shot on Guardian, but obviously it goes through some of the walls, so he'll stay alive, but that's pretty cool.
That's a nice piece of damage early on. And now readdressing towards long, and Boomich was clear in the corner. Rez is going to find him.
And Forrest was actually spamming through the smoke to help out. That's kind of important. But yeah, looks like they might want to go for something similar here. The Molotovs are going to be running into the corner where Plopski is, and he doesn't have any smokes to put them out. So yeah, he just has to try and fall back. Early grenade if they'd run into it. Actually, the Molotov went a little bit too short, so he can still stay in this corner. That's kind of dangerous if they don't check it. Simple gets a kill, but they're not looking for it. They thought that was already burned out, and they are not going to stand a chance here.
There's that early damage on the Guardian coming in as well. An easy cleanup, an easy transfer for Plopski to be able to eliminate the Navi Opper. And 8 seconds left, and Simple has to decide if he wants to maybe try and take one gun away, try and die before the time is out, because it doesn't look like he's close enough to save. Maybe he wanted the AWP. He's not even going to get that chance. Triple kill for Plopski on the defense, partially because, as you said, that misplaced Molotov.
Yeah, that could be really dangerous when you make sort of a. I mean, it's a mistake that you can't know that you're making it, right? Heads up play from Plopski as well, falling back into the corner, sort of realizing as he was falling back that, wait a minute, I could actually use this.
I could actually just chill here. Maybe have a s'more, roast a marshmallow. Some spam.
I've done that forever. That's
I did it recently for the first time in about a decade. They're still delicious. Flamey takes some early damage as well, down to 31. But again, Navi lined up as if this is just going to be a straight up B hit.
And, I mean, it's been working out for them. Boomich just checking the other side, making sure that there's nobody ready to flank them. Even creating just a little bit of a distraction here and a little bit of noise, trying to keep people. But Forrest and Twist are already falling back, and Electronic right on that edge. Plopski's going to see them coming. There's the Molotov, and this time he's going to be smoking it off. But that is a heavy grenade landing inside of the Monster Tunnel, and actually, there is a ringing. They just don't want any more of this. Boomich just snuck past Rez over on the other side, so now things are getting really weird.
Oh, this could get so weird. Yeah, Twist is going to have no idea. He might just get blindsided. The tough part as well, though, is almost like Boomich, I don't know if he realizes that,
I don't think he does.
Rez is there, but like he has to know he hasn't cleared out bathrooms, right? So even if you call your team back, and the question now becomes, Navi's still lined up at the B bomb site. They're not falling all the way back, so surely Boomich is meant to find an opening, find some kind. Oh, there's the shot, jumping over. Boomich saw it the whole way, and that's where Twist is going to be upset. Rez is still pushed out across the map, and he'll have no idea how Boomich got here.
No, but he's going to call it to his team that, wait a minute, they're actually not outside. Plopski and Lecro are falling back. Forrest is falling back to try and find Boomich. This is just chaos all across the map now. Low on health is Flamey. It's Guardian carrying the bomb with that AWP at the moment, but Boomich is going to come in from behind, get that kill. 8 seconds left. They need that bomb plant right now, and that is barely going to come through with Guardian on the bomb side inside of the smoke. He's got no way out, and Forrest will give him with a double kill at the end there. That, I don't know. You are going to need some... You're going to need a lot of computer. You need way more than a calculator. You're going to need that IBM supercomputer to try and figure out how many ways that could have played out.
Well, that's the thing. How often do you see a defense survive a backstab of that level? Boomich getting the first in the A bomb site, no one really rotating from B a whole lot, and Boomich even adding one more when the hit does come in, yet still NIP win every other battle. That's massive. And even on a deeper level,
Yes.
I think that's NIP like winning that round. That is one thing that is going to allow Twist and Rez to kind of laugh that one off. And be like, yeah, that's a weird situation that probably won't happen again. But if they lose that, Twist is very frustrated.
Yeah, that's going to be super annoying. Watson, I believe it's called, the IBM AI program, I want to say.
Okay. Do they name it after Sherlock Holmes?
I'm not 100%. Or is it the Microsoft one? I can't remember. But
I'm not sure.
One of those.
You're way deeper down that rabbit hole than I am.
It's you know, it's the stuff that keeps you up at night. Artificial intelligence, you know, gotta be worried about that stuff. 6-3 though. I don't want to panic anyone. I'm just saying that, you know,
your life
it'll take over the whole world.
Essentially going to be over pretty soon. So don't be worried.
But don't be scared. 9-3 for Simple. He's off to a pretty hot start, and Guardian is not that far behind him. But NIP finally win the economic battle. They managed to stabilize things a little bit here. You have to assume that they will. And then they could still have a pretty good first half. Navi just were off to a very hot start, so I feel like it was kind of now or never for NIP to actually slow this down.
That's the tough part, is if you're Navi, you're sitting at a very good amount of rounds already. So anything you add on top of this is icing on the cake. And you have to imagine they're going to win 1 or 2 more throughout this half. Let's see how much this NIP defense can withstand. 4 Deagles, P250, and a flashbang.
Forrest and Lekro with a bit of a boost, I think. Yeah. So they're boosted for the potential railing boost.
It's a lot of manpower at the B bomb site, though. If one of these Deagles gets a fortunate headshot attacking A, good shot from Rez, a good spray from Rez. Boomich is taken down again, though. He is the player leading that attack at the front, and there's no follow-up. Navi have not done a great job of trading some of the initial kills throughout this map, even though they have that 6-3 lead, and now the AWP just comes into play. It is just a long-range barrage against these pistols. Forrest and Lekro now adding onto the defense, bolstering their hold as well.
And I love Twist falling back in that moment, just saying, if I cover long and if anyone shows up, I've done everything I need. I already got the first 2 kills. That's going to be the first kill, but that's still going to be just fine. I kind of want to see them do that boost again, just because if you're Navi and you try and like if you set up on that little railing down there, you're not even expecting to take a fight, right? You're going to be both ducked, and the idea is that it's only when you stand up that you're actually in a fight.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that if you do that and you stay ducked, you're going to get shot down from that boost, and that'll be so annoying. So, worth maybe revisiting at some point.
Deep nade. NIP doing some good utility damage so far in this game. Got 170 utility damage on Lekro, 132 on Plopsky, over towards that B bomb. So we've seen multiple phenomenal nades drop in towards Monster Tunnel, and Navi come out with a boost of their own.
Yeah, just landing Simple on top of that, able to get the kill. And they actually have, NIP have a boost still on the other side of that wall. They had 4 people down at that B bomb site. And the only thing they get out of it is an early loss of Twist, and they still have no idea what's going on.
Well, Rez is all the way along as well, so even if there was noise made towards bathrooms, he knows the smoke is up, but he doesn't know any progression. So NIP going to take a bit of a gamble, bit of a risk. Leave Lekro alone at this B bomb site. He's just smoked the Monster Tunnel, so he can feel safe for a little bit of time, but they want to get players over to the A bomb site just in case. Rez is going to be in a battle pretty soon here with Boomich, and he misses his chance. That's a long way to fall back as well. But the Molotov might buy him the time needed.
That's a huge grenade, actually. That's pretty well done. Grenade landing right next to Electronic. Plopsky playing close, but surely he's waiting inside. They're going to re-smoke it in time. It lands right on top of him, and Forrest will pick up a kill on Guardian. 30 seconds left, and Plopsky close, and he might be the last defense here almost. Well, actually, everyone's rotated in now. 25 seconds, and they're bringing the bomb back to B. That's a really amazing late round call coming in from Navi. Could be the absolute perfect move. Plopsky could catch Boomich as he's rotating back, and yeah, he's going to be going down, but that still might not be enough here. It's still a 2-1-3. And are they going to be able to do anything? A little bit of a chance here. Lekro will get a kill on Simple, but oh, he's actually on 1 health. Lekro, I thought he'd already almost died.
Might as well be. Now, certainly you can't go for it as Lekro. No health for this. You do have a kit, but somehow he's going to muster up the courage to walk in with the cover of the smoke, and now that it fades, I think this is where you see there's no real chance whatsoever. Time to start backing away, get away from the explosion, get away from the blast radius. And Navi's going to take a 7th.
Man, that was on the edge. It was closer than it seemed. Still a very impressive call from Navi to be doing that so late in the round. There is always a risk. I mean, that there's somebody hiding in a corner you don't know about. When you're that low on the clock, you can throw away the whole round, but They did that perfectly. Fair bit of money on NIP though, having won 3 rounds in a row, so at least they don't have to deal with that right away.
No, but it certainly has to feel like it's coming. Plopsky down to 400 after this buy. Enough cash built up. Rez is going to have whatever investment he wants. So yeah, they have another plenty of money for another buy after this. 3 players towards B. Simple in the underpass. Boomich heading towards playground. The default setup for Navi. Molotov is extinguished. This is an interesting angle for Rez. He's got information, he can have timing, he can find this kill. Boomich has largely been left to clear this part of the map all on his own, but he's not going to be too aggressive with it. Still, there's no effective fake. Like, none of this utility is going to call anyone back, especially when that kill comes out. And Navi might just hit the go button right now.
I'm thinking, why not? Electronic certainly made his way through the tunnel. Plopsky goes down to Simple, and Lekro. Oh, the timing through, as Flamey had a grenade in his hand. That's huge, and Ultracrust, they've taken up the space behind him inside of the B bomb site, so he sort of had to do something there. Another 3-on-3 here, similar to the last round, although NIP a little bit healthier. Maybe they could do it. Guardian, that's a good kill on Forest, and once again, NIP. I feel like they've had so many rounds like this where it's like, does not even make sense to try and go for it. And they kind of need, they actually need both these rifles to have a buy in the next round. Man, this is, it started out really difficult for the Swedes, but it's getting worse now.
This B bomb site has been so difficult for NIP to hold. I think playing up against Simple, if you're Plopsky, has got to be like the worst welcome to the pros moment.
Yeah.
Congrats for achieving your dreams. Now you've got me to deal with.
Just up the difficulty a little bit too much.
Yeah, maybe crank it back down to normal instead of hard.
That's a good boost to begin with, but yeah. On the other hand, you know, you may as well get used to it. Early on, everyone has to deal with it.
8-4. Phenomenal offensive side for Mirage out of Navi. And it appears it's very possible this just keeps building for the next 3 rounds, especially if NIP run out of funds here. That would give Navi such an advantage. Gone away from that heavy play outside of the B bomb site right off the bat. Now they're going to systematically clear underpass. Boomich and Guardian as well towards playground and fountain. They can combine to help control bathrooms, and already some information has been spotted. Twist is forced back. Rez is backing off as well. A lot of utility used by the defense at this A bomb site.
Man, Lekro's very much alone, isn't he? He's falling back now, but I was going to say that's potentially a bit disturbing. Plopsky's inside of the B bomb site, so I don't mind that they have 3 people at the A bomb side, and I guess they're rotating Force back now, but I almost feel like if they have that, they probably need to be a little bit more aggressive with the information. Oh, that could have been the end for Twist.
I was going to say, there was maybe a half second where Boomich was scoped up that whole time and he just let it go. Back to the B bomb site. That's a huge pick to get. The rest of your team is at the other side of the map, and Guardian has actually forced this defense to thin out. Lekro has backed off towards Graffiti. That leaves Plopsky as the only point man inside the site. Now that Guardian's gone down, here we go. Good Molotov to disjoint Boomich from the attack, but still so much pressure.
25 seconds here for Navi to get that bomb down, but they've got a good shot at it. Lekro applying some pressure, and there's Forrest with a headshot. A good follow-up from Lekro, and this seems very doable now. Only 14 seconds. They nearly lined up for what would have been a devastating double kill, but instead, it's simpler than 1 versus 4, and he just doesn't have the time for it, and they're going to leave him alone, which I think is a good idea. You need the guns at this point. Oh, wow. Don't play this game. It is not worth it. Another round for NIP, 8-5 now, and I don't know. They just need every single thing they can get right here.
That was such a critical round for NIP because look at the money pressure it puts on Navi. They're going to have a very, very interesting buy coming out. Simple will be able to buy up nades around this. Actually, excuse me, doesn't even go for that. He drops a Galil over instead of the nades. So they get as many rifles on board as possible. AWP on Guardian, it's the utility they got to be worried about. Only 2 players with really any kind of nades to discuss.
Rez and Twist with a bit of aggression. Twist going to take that first shot on Boomich, smoking it off. Now Rez is not going to peek behind it over long, at least you're doing it very slowly. Could have maybe tried to use them. Yeah, he's just slowly sneaking in, which is absolutely dangerous, but if timing works out here, it could also be genius. Oh, look at that. Nearly a double. Simple down to 31.
It actually didn't work out. He wanted to go for that flank, right?
Yeah.
Still, good on him to get the 1 kill, deal massive damage to Simple.
Or twist. If he falls back too soon without checking, he's going to slow it down, and Guardian was there. I thought maybe it was going to be Electronic was a bit closer to get the first engagement. Well, that reminds them of that Guardian AWP, but a 2-on-3. Can they make this work? Simple surely is going to be the one to try and put the bomb down, but then he has to trust in Guardian even being able to cover him while that's happening.
Yeah, Simple's just giving Guardian time to peek into this bomb site, and that's a little unfortunate for Guardian. He wanted to jump up with no sound, makes a footstep, just missed the jump. Entering with an AWP is not an easy thing. There's the Krieg, and a nice shot from Guardian. He's one of the guys who can pull it off. And how have they found themselves in? This is going to be crushing for the Ninjas.
That was Simple just holding that corner, so Guardian was checking the other side. I think Forrest was about a half a second away from taking out Guardian, and that would have been the end of the round. Instead, they just opened that up. And for NIP, that's going to be counted as one of the rounds that, you know, they had to win.
They look back on it.
Win rounds like that.
Yeah, they're like, they'll just say, you know, we let that slip away somehow. Either way, Leko can still recover this. He has no kit, and okay, he can't recover it. I was kidding.
Just kidding.
It's all jokes. It's just banter.
Yeah, you know, it's probably not for NIP, you know. They're not enjoying it.
No, but I mean, you pointed out earlier, they did a good job in that very small streak. Like somehow the fact that they've had a losing bonus starting to rebuild up, but the fact they've lost 3 of 4 and they still have funds to fight with in this last round, that's actually, I mean, I guess the silver lining that you'd reach for is that they're not completely devoid of weaponry in this final round of the half.
Yeah, if there's any kind of a positive that can be gleaned from this, that probably is it. 15th round, last of the half. Flamey looking for Plopsky and twist, and yeah, as soon as that happens, Plopsky's attention surely is going to be, even if he doesn't move the crosshair, just in his mind, he's going to be thinking, wait a minute, that's a lot of the defense behind me gone. This
is such a cool play from Navi. 2 kills, if you're a defender, you're obviously thinking they're definitely going to be attacking this bomb site. Everyone's rotated over. Oh, and Boomich, he's got to be a little upset that that flank, that push did not work out. He was coming in for the backstab. And now creeping in slowly is Electronic. Lekro doesn't spot the head, so Electronic, oh, there it is. Now he has the intel. And Navi, they have such an advantage, and they didn't pounce on it when they had the chance. Now they're in a real fight.
Simple with a UMP, still able to pick up Lekro. It's a 2-on-2 now. Simple exchanging for the Krieg. And Guardian will win that fight against Forrest. Rez, long range here. Simple looks like he just even wants to fight him for a minute. It's like, you know what? I'm so ready for that. Now he's going to pick up the bomb instead. Fake it a single time. And walking back, he's got time. He could theoretically go to the other side, but waiting to see if he could figure out where Rez is before he tries for it again. Oh, wait, is he going to go to try and challenge him? It looked like he wanted to. Now it's going to be the full plant instead. And Rez should at least have him pinned down behind the box. Simple, trying for the shoulder peaks, and yeah, that's going to give it up. Now he definitely knows he's got all the chances here, but Rez so quick with the headshot. That's actually pretty impressive. A triple kill for him and a saved round. NIP with 6 rounds.
And fair play to Rez because NIP absolutely...
But Navi looked really well. I like that. I like the fact that Boom was just playing this solo agent.
Yeah, that was cool.
For flanks or just pushing up, and I think that's such a fun way to see them play.
It made me relatively uneasy when I was watching it initially in the start of that half, just because you know he's alone clearing a lot of portions of the map.
Yes.
And I think if they continue that strategy on overpass, I think that's an area where I think teams will look at them on the CT side and say we can exploit that. If Boomich is going to be alone here, let's get aggressive and let's find that fight. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops, but certainly it worked out in a very cool fashion for them in this game.
Plopsky with the upgraded weapon. But otherwise, NIP just hoping to get close. They've got a single smoke, so once that's been popped, you've got to think that there won't be much else but just pushing forward.
I mean, still pretty spread across the map for this NIP offense, which is giving... I mean, there's a lot of chances here for Simple to find a kill and very few chances for NIP to trade it. That's why, I mean, he doesn't feel any pressure, so he's more than willing to just kind of peek into off angles and bathrooms. They've spotted one at long, which is going to commit Electronic for the moment to this A defense, as will the utility, you'd imagine, but this feels like a fake for the NIP side.
It does. I think Plopsky just wanted to sneak in a kill, but instead it's Forrest getting one, and now they're sort of backing up. Flamey realizing There's going to be a lot of trouble here. That's a beautiful grenade, but it won't stop the bomb plant. Flamey trying to get close, and that's also close enough for the Glocks to be effective. 2 versus 5 at the moment. NIP, great call, and they found the perfect timing as Navi was sort of drawing back a bit of that defense. That's very well done. Nothing really left for Electronic and Guardian to do at this point, except maybe sneak in some freaky kills. That one.
It's not too freaky. It's just, you know, it's standard freaky.
Yeah, it wasn't amazing, but it was a good steal.
Yeah, right at the end. Extra $300, smoke in the next round if you choose it. Guardian's got one as well, and
Allowing for scouts.
ooh.
Electro?
Electronic surely hears this the whole way. I'm not sure why Lecro is so dedicated to the hunt. He's out for blood. He's been overtaken by the bloodlust.
Dangerous, some might say, when you've got a long way back and a mission to accomplish here. Want to keep everything cool at the current point in time. They are Swedes though, so I guess they've got that Viking stuff going on.
A little bit of the Viking stuff. You guys have some of that as well?
Yeah, I think on the Viking front we beat them a lot of the time, at least.
I would expect someone from Denmark to say that about Denmark.
You know what? We used to own like half of Sweden.
What happened?
Let's not talk about that. We got real greedy. Tried to own much of the rest of Europe, and then, you know.
Got slapped down a little bit.
Yeah.
It happens, you know.
It's a real shame as well. It was, you know, like right around, you know, the time when when they started bringing out real technology, and we were like, oh man.
You could have been in a good position.
We could have had a lot of it, you know. It's like we went big early in the game when it really didn't matter, and then now.
So like NIP.
A little bit like NIP. It's a very sad story. Now, there are some CZs. There's a Scout in play. There's a Deagle there as well. Actually, 2 of them. One on Flamey and one on Simple. NIP are being very careful. Rez has already dropped a bit low. Lecro is checking out the one side of the map and not finding anybody, so see what they do with that info.
This is, oh, that is a big kill to find. I was going to say, this is getting a bit worrying with the time running down, considering some of the utility. Guardian's left all alone at A. There's one more smoke on Electronic. He's at the Toxic Barrels. And if NIP commit too late to attack on the B bomb site, those smokes, one just went up right now. That'll clear, what, around the 13-second mark? This is going to be the hit. 3 players to defend. Guardian rotating over as well. Navi in the perfect position, but can they stop it?
Oh, I'm getting real scared. 2 CCs to hold against 3 people coming through the tunnel. They are just like fish in a barrel in there. Boomich getting a good kill. Guardian there as well. 8 seconds. If the bomb drops now, it's a disaster. And he almost had that Simple. He can still interrupt it. Oh, he's going to get shot down. The bomb will be planted and Twist will find the last kill. That is right on the edge, ladies and gentlemen. Plopsky though with a triple, Twist with a double, and NIP win that round.
Yeah, it's got to be a sigh of relief from the NIP side. That's how sketchy it can get. If Ploppy doesn't get that kill on Boomich, if Boomich makes it around the corner, round's over. Like, that's as simple as it is. He gets those 2 kills and he survives the sandbags. You can't plant that bomb. 1 round away, NIP, from tying up the scoreline.
I'm noticing Flamey only has 3 kills.
Ooh, I didn't notice that.
Well, they've been playing really well Navi, so maybe we had no cause to even look for anything.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the other side of the coin, right? Simple's got 17 and Guardian has 16.
They are fumbling around with this triple boost. A lot of fumbling. They're trying to get the deal on top, and it works. They weren't fumbling. They just timed it perfectly.
They knew what was coming all along. They were just so far ahead of the game.
Like slightly a clown show, wasn't it? Just like, who's on top? Like,
An old comedy sketch, who's on first?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all 5 players, I mean, Navi's reading this perfectly. These last 2 rounds, they've been able to stack up these bomb sites. That one Deagle shot from Simple, it's not going to give away the game. And the bomb and the rest of NIP more and more committed. They still have time to fall back if they want to. And they still have a massive advantage, so they might not even be thinking of retreating as an option. Boomich, they just saw him at B. Maybe that's the giveaway that there's a stack here.
Yeah, you're right, it could be. Some damage coming out. Flamey finding his 4th kill. Not bad at all, actually. Even a dink coming in on Lecro. That's going to be Guardian to follow it up. And now I'm getting real scared. A 1 versus 2 when they turn the round. Guardians ending up with a double kill. And that, I don't know. That did not seem necessary. There could have been a different call, Simple. That's a smile you don't want to see.
No, it's not. He does look happy these days. Yeah, this is great. And Guardian even realizing at that time, he's like, no, I have a crossfire set up. Even though it's just 2 USPs, they can't get to me. Electronic will stop them, and then he peeks out, juggles the aggression, 10-8. So Navi keep that lead narrowly, just barely. But because of the damage in the last round, look at what NIP has to fight with. This is a phenomenal chance for NIP to bolster their, for Navi to bolster their economy early on by having a clean round here.
Ooh, Electro. Could have caught Simple. Was just about to. Simple aware that someone could be there. They're trying to hunt him down. Guardian, what a teammate.
So good. He's so good.
Just saving him. Simple still having a hard time. Actually, he's so worried about falling back, but they escort him out of there. A little VIP mission going on there.
We love those. We love the VIP missions. All passed over to Simple so he can play farther back with the AWP. Guardian with the high HP to keep space. He's going to regress. I like this. I feel like I haven't seen Guardian play this way in some time. Good kill. That's the bomb down as well. He'll call everyone. Communication being passed along. And Rez and Lekro. They have the one deagle on Lekro. That's far, far back towards the top stairs. But it's an easy fight for Guardian to win. And
this is just a Glock on Rez. Oh. Tag through. Simple. Get the kill. Yeah. That's, I don't know. You feel so sneaky right up until the bullet comes through the wall. And you're like, oh, well.
How did he know?
I'll just give up on that. 11-8. It's not really much of a round gap, but I have this feeling that Navi are just so far ahead. Yeah, well, I mean, especially the way they read them in the second and third round, that was really cool to watch. That's going to be worrying. Yeah. And obviously, Simple and Guardian playing to this level and topping the scoreboard in such a fashion, those players, when they are performing at this level, can dictate so much. They have such a massive impact. Surely Twist saw that. Yeah, I think the whole play that he's made actually so far is for this kind of a fight. Oh, but he looks away a bit and could have been in trouble there. Well, they're going to back off that aggression. And but still, that's a little duo, Simple and Guardian, just playing together. And what a scary prospect if you're a team that wants to attack towards bathrooms and wants to take over this part of the map, that have this pairing to be the defenders. Guardian a little bit late on the scope. We'll miss a chance. This is the follow-up chance as well above the smoke. Plopsky spamming through. Dangerous game with those tracers. But still no real pressure being applied by NIP at the moment, and they just don't have any nades. They have 2 smokes left. No flashbangs. And look at Boomich. He is snuck into T-spawn. So there's a timer on this round. I mean, there's obviously the one in the middle, but the second one on Boomich in some sense could be wrecking this whole thing. Simple holding close, and they're just counting the seconds. Boomich obviously calling in on the radio the whole time, just saying, just hold on. I'm going to be there in 10 seconds, and they will have no chance. They know what's coming here. Now we've got this whole round red, and Simple going to turn the corner. Big double kill to open it up with. The bomb is dropped back there, and no one's going to have a chance. Boomich getting none of the kills, but doing all of the work. And that's too slow of a round for NIP if you're going to give up control of that much of the map, or at least information, right? If you don't have the information that Boomich is pushing out, if you don't have anyone spotting for that kind of aggression from the defense, then you can't slow play the round through bathrooms the whole time. I mean, I have to imagine it's a little bit of what I mentioned, a little bit of that fear and the fact that Simple and Guardian enjoy being aggressive, working together very well in bathrooms with the AWP. It's fun when we get, I mean, that would be such a cool story, and oh, dear. That seemed very aggressive. I was going to say, it felt oddly violent for just like a standard headshot. A lot of force behind that for some reason. We've had it in the past where we've had, really great sort of partnerings in certain bomb sites or just on certain maps. I mean, Crimsolov was that's the standard, isn't it? That's them. But even Device and Dupree, right? Even when Device wasn't doing a lot of overhang, when they just both had rifles. Yeah, Guardian Simple as something you just want to try and avoid. Well, the Guardian Simple was like the dream of CIS, the way, Kenny S and Shocks playing together was for the French team. That was always like, when they joined that team together, it was just like, this is going to be so cool. Yeah. And it didn't work out the way it was designed for whatever reason. And they've addressed it very much. It wasn't personal issues. There was no issues outside the game. It was just purely in terms of the game itself, and both also acknowledging that they've changed as people and players since then. So at least the early returns on Guardian coming back into Navi are phenomenal, especially in this map. Guardian has 22 kills. Yeah. Simple has 21. And they're both sitting, Guardian at 100 ADR, Simple at 109 ADR. Hard to deal with, isn't it? Certainly NIP haven't found the way to do that just yet. 2 versus 4 in this round. They're trying to see if they can get close to a bomb plant or anything like it. Forest is going to be going down, adding another 2 kills in this round to Guardian's scoreline. 13-8 now, and... well, what is the way back here? 5-round gap. It's hard to say, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, I feel like we haven't even really had a chance to see this NIP offense quite yet. You know, stopped early, losing in that 3rd round to pretty much just pistols. A couple gun rounds we've had have been pretty slow played. You'd like to see the calls made in the mid-round a bit more assertive, a bit more aggressive. And again, speaking of which, we've got Simple pushed all the way up. Guardian looking at the staircase behind him, and this time Simple's going to be very, very committed. He's no longer just content to chill over towards Party and find some information and maybe find a small skirmish.
Oh dear. Well, Twist actually looked like he was kind of thinking about that possibility. Forrest coming back to take the fight, but Simple will drop both, and... well, what can you say about that?
I think Twist is even caught off guard. He's like, okay, we got in a fight, and yeah, Simple won that in a big way, but there's no way he turns even wider and continues that aggression, and that's exactly what he did. Flamey is put in a really tough spot. Lekro forced off by the Molotov, and Flamey's going to try and evacuate that position. Such low HP, but he sticks around for the fight as well. And a headshot in his favor, and now this NIP squad, they're just losing way too many players, so this goes down. Good follow-up peek from Boomich. And Plopsky's left alone. And that was just a very scattered hit, it felt like. Force and Twist go down, and Rez and Lekro are like, all right, well, let's attack B and just see what we can find and see if we can create the opportunities, and obviously shut down in every way.
Yeah, I expect it's very hard to come up with like a coherent response when you lose 2 players and the bomb that, you know, that far across the map. It's like, what do you even do? Do you go back and try and fight to pick up the bomb? But that could take you whole round, you know?
Yep.
Or do you just, you know, try and fight and hope that you get the entries down at B, and at least then maybe you have some time. Lekro calling a tactical timeout here at a 14-8 lead for Navi, and a lot of money in their favor as well. Simple with 12,400. So you can buy for a while into the future.
I'm really excited to see this Navi team in the playoffs.
Yeah,
really excited for that.
For a long time, you had that feeling that it was like a waste of obviously sort of a legendary name in Counter-Strike, but also just all the players that were on here. Like, come on, guys, you know, like we all want this to work, and it just really hasn't been. So this is I agree. This is cool, and we'll see how it goes in the playoffs. But certainly, there's a lot of promise in this. You can tell. Well, they're going to try and rush B with a lot of MAC-10s running through the fire and some grenades. Flamey getting a chance there, and they're getting shot down. That was Boomich with 2 big kills on Rez and Plopsky to end that whole fight.
Even Flamey just fully blind, able to transfer over, grab that headshot. Everything going wrong for NIP. And Twist, it's time to just be aggressive, take some fights. 3 members of Navi are here controlling the bomb. This should be a 15th round. I don't see a way out of this from Twist. It would have to be him hitting that shot, incredibly transferring down and behind him to Boomich.
It would have been wild.
Would have been some superhero stuff.
Well, we won't rule it out, but yeah, that lineup for Boomich is so good. What's that, a quad kill in the round for him?
Yep, that was the 4th right at the end, coming through Monster.
Trying to catch up to Simple and Guardian. It's going to take a while, but 15-8. It is the first map in a best of 3, so I guess that is the good news for NIP. But the bad news is, I feel like they have not had many answers. And well, Lekro didn't even turn the corner, did he?
Peace.
Yeah, he's out cold.
If that was a movie, Guardian would deliver a really sick one-liner. Oh, Boomich. Aggressive. Rez isn't even prepared for this. There's the flashbang. He can't watch both angles, especially when he has no eyes. And Navi with the boost, and then the follow-up aggression. That's got to catch you off guard if you're NIP.
3 versus 5, and again, one of these rounds that it feels like the round starts with NIP having to solve some impossible, you know, puzzle to try and get back into the game. Like, how do you do this with, I mean, some time on the clock, sure, but your map control is pretty much non-existent. 2 versus 5. I don't think this can be solved.
I don't think so either. This is an impossible puzzle for Forest and Twist. Especially considering Boomich is peering in towards the door just to get the spot. If they can't get this kill clean, if he's able to spot them and get away and they have the information of where they are on the map, just like that, then it just gets worse. Flamey's still pushed out. He can just turn around.
Turn around and be ready for it. Twist going to run right into that shot now. 1 versus 5 here for the last Ninja in every way. 15 seconds on the clock, and this first map working out very well for Navi. A 16-8 victory as they take down NIP. We'll see how it goes, obviously, on map number 2, but that's a very exciting Navi to be watching. I'm happy for this.
48 kills between Simple and Guardian. And yeah, I think that's got to be the takeaway, is what a very just clean, easy game. It wasn't like it was super dominant. It wasn't like 16-4, wasn't like exceptionally dominant, but they had no issues whatsoever.